Imagine this. You go to bed feeling fine, peaceful, healthy, even taking your usual vitamin just to be safe. But the next morning, you wake up unable to move one side of your body. No pain, no warning, just in a few seconds, everything changes. Sounds terrifying, doesn't it? And here's the part that shocks most people. The cause isn't junk food, smoking, or old age. It's something far more unexpected. The very vitamins you believed were keeping you healthy. I still remember Walter, a 74-year-old retired Navy sailor. Strong, disciplined, full of life. Every morning he walked in the park, ate a balanced breakfast, and took his vitamins. For energy, he said. But one morning, while making coffee, he collapsed. A sudden stroke. No warning, no sign. When his test results came back, the cause wasn't his heart, nor his blood pressure. It was excess vitamin D, leading to calcium buildup that hardened his arteries. That moment changed how I saw everything. Because Walter wasn't careless. He was doing what millions of older adults do every day, believing vitamins could protect their health, when in truth, they might be quietly pushing it to the edge. At Healthy Way Natural Health, we believe true wellness begins with understanding and balance. Each week, we bring you simple, science-backed health tips to help you stay strong, alert, and full of energy every single day. And today, we're uncovering the hidden truths behind the vitamins sitting in your own cabinet. Those small capsules that seem harmless, but could secretly be affecting your brain, your heart, and your independence after 60. Because here's the truth. After 60, your body no longer processes vitamins the same way. A dose that once seemed normal can now cause calcium buildup, stiff arteries, and, while you sleep, trigger a silent stroke. And the most concerning part? Most seniors have no idea. In today's video, you'll discover the 5 common vitamins that may raise stroke risk after 60, the early warning signs your body is sending before things go wrong, and most importantly, how to take vitamins safely so they protect you instead of harm you. Because I know why you take vitamins, out of care. To stay healthy, to live longer, to have more peaceful mornings with the people you love. This video isn't meant to scare you. It's here to help you understand your body more deeply. Because sometimes, a little awareness can prevent a lifetime of regret. So let's begin. Which vitamin in your cabinet might be your silent betrayer? Let's start with the first one, vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, that hides a surprisingly dark side. 1. The sunshine trap. Vitamin D and the silent calcium crisis. As children, we were told, go play outside. Sunlight is good for your bones. And that advice was true, but only half the story. Vitamin D, known as the sunshine vitamin, helps your body absorb calcium, keeping bones strong, immunity high, and mood lifted. But after 60, your body doesn't process vitamin D the same way. And when taken incorrectly, this friendly nutrient can quietly turn into a threat, sending calcium to the wrong places. Not to your bones, but into your blood vessels. When you take vitamin D, it helps your intestines pull in more calcium. That sounds healthy, until your dose is too high. Many seniors take 5,000 or even 10,000 IU daily without testing their blood first. Your body can't use all that calcium, so it drifts into the bloodstream. And with aging arteries that are already less flexible, that calcium begins to stick like cement along a narrow pipe. The result? Slower blood flow, higher pressure, and one tiny clot can be all it takes to block blood from reaching your brain, causing a silent nighttime stroke. Think of your body as a garden. Vitamin D is the gardener, and calcium is the seed. A few seeds make the garden thrive, but scatter too many, and the soil becomes flooded. The flow of life stops. That's what happens inside your arteries when vitamin D is overused. Many believe more is better. They read online that vitamin D helps prevent osteoporosis, so they buy the strongest dose they can find. 5,000 or even 10,000 IU a day. They forget that after 60, the body absorbs slower, eliminates slower, and taking it at night makes calcium buildup even worse. Because the body rests, but calcium keeps circulating. Another common mistake? taking vitamin D and calcium supplements together. It sounds logical, but it's actually too much of a good thing. Your body only needs a small amount of calcium in circulation. The excess has to go somewhere, and sadly, that somewhere is often your arteries, your heart, or your brain. The first thing you should do? Don't guess. Get tested. A simple blood test can show your true vitamin D level. Most seniors only need 600 to 1,000 IU per day, and it's best taken in the morning when your body has energy to process it. Let morning sunlight become your natural source again. Just 10 to 15 minutes of gentle sunshine can do more good than any pill. And if supplementation is needed, take it under your doctor's guidance. Because true health isn't about how much you take. It's about taking the right amount at the right time. Vitamin D isn't your enemy. It's a loyal friend when treated with respect. But when abused, it can quietly slow your blood, one day at a time. So before you swallow that extra capsule, take a breath, step outside, and let the early morning sun do what it's done for centuries. Heal gently, naturally. And if you think vitamin D is the only one with a hidden danger, wait until you hear about vitamin E, the so-called heart hero that can, when misused, turn into a silent threat to your brain. The story of Evelyn, 81, will make you see this vitamin in an entirely new light. 2. The vitamin E paradox, when the heart is saved but the brain suffers. If vitamin D is the sunlight friend for your bones, vitamin E has long been known as the heart's protector. A powerful antioxidant that guards your cells, supports circulation, and keeps your heart beating strong. That's why millions of older adults take it daily, believing it's the safest, most natural way to protect the heart. But here's the part few people know. That very protector can sometimes become the enemy of the brain. Vitamin E naturally thins the blood. On its own, that might sound beneficial, preventing clots and improving flow. But what happens when you're already on blood-thinning medications, like aspirin, warfarin, or Plavix? Together, they can make your blood too thin, and your aging brain vessels, already delicate, can rupture even from the smallest strain. The result? A hemorrhagic stroke, bleeding inside the brain that can steal your speech, memory, or mobility in seconds. I remember Evelyn, 81, a retired teacher from Ohio. She told me, "Doctor, I just want to keep my mind sharp enough to remember my grandkids' names." So she began taking 800 IU of vitamin E daily, nearly 40 times the recommended amount, on top of her warfarin prescription. Within weeks, she was rushed to the hospital with a splitting headache and blurred vision. An MRI revealed a small brain bleed, caused by the dangerous mix of vitamin E and medication. Evelyn survived, but her short-term memory never fully returned. Her words still echo in my mind. "I just wanted to help my heart, but I lost part of my mind instead." Many people think more vitamin E means a stronger heart, but high doses can disrupt your body's natural balance. The safe daily intake for seniors is only 15 milligrams, about 22 IU. Yet most bottles on pharmacy shelves start at 200, 400, or even 1,000 IU per capsule. It's like adding oil to an engine. A little helps it run smoothly, but too much and the engine stalls. Your body works the same way. Too much protection can lead to internal chaos. So here's how to stay safe. Check your labels. If your supplement contains over 100 IU of vitamin E, scale it down or switch to food sources. Avoid combining it with blood thinners unless prescribed by your doctor. Get vitamin E naturally from almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and avocados. Slow release, balanced, and safe. And don't take vitamin E at night. Blood flow slows during sleep, raising the risk of small bleeds. Vitamin E is still a friend if you know how to live in harmony with it. Your body doesn't need a lot, it needs enough. Because sometimes, in trying too hard to protect the heart, we forget the heart and brain must survive together. And if you think only fat-soluble vitamins can cause trouble, brace yourself for what comes next. A water-soluble vitamin that can slowly damage your nerves from the inside out. That's right, vitamin B6, the so-called brain booster, which when overused, can quietly steal the very strength it's meant to protect. 3. The nerve destroyer in disguise, vitamin B6 overload. If vitamin E is the hero of the heart, then vitamin B6 is often called the guardian of the nerves. You'll see it on countless bottles labeled sharpens memory, reduces tingling, or supports brain energy. Sounds amazing, right? But few people realize this very vitamin, when taken in excess, can quietly damage your nervous system day after day without you even noticing. Vitamin B6 plays a key role in nerve health. It helps the body create neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, the messengers that keep your mood stable and your mind clear. But here's what almost no one knows. Vitamin B6 can build up in your body. When levels become too high, instead of nourishing your nerves, it begins to strip away the protective coating, called the myelin sheath, around your nerve fibers. Think of it like removing the insulation from an electrical wire. Once that layer wears away, the signals between your brain and body become jumbled. The result? Tingling hands, burning feet, muscle weakness, poor balance, symptoms many people dismiss as just aging. I once met Richard, a 67-year-old retired electrical engineer. He told me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm walking on cotton. I can't feel the ground anymore." He thought it was arthritis or poor circulation, but tests revealed something shocking. His problem wasn't in his bones or blood, but in vitamin B6. He had been taking a nerve support complex every day, one that contained 150 milligrams of B6, 15 times more than an older adult actually needs. Within just a few months, that nerve support formula had started eroding his nerves instead. Richard sighed and told me, "I just wanted to protect my mind. I never thought I'd lose the feeling in my legs." Most people assume that water-soluble vitamins can't hurt you, but vitamin B6 is the exception. It doesn't flush out quickly. The biggest mistakes? Taking multiple brain or nerve supplements at once without reading the label. Using high doses for months, thinking if 10 millimolans is good, then 100 milliliters must be better. In truth, adults over 60 only need 2 to 10 milligrams per day, most of which comes naturally from food. Start by checking every label you have. If your multivitamin or nerve formula contains more than 10 milligrams of B6 per serving, cut it down or stop completely. Instead, get B6 naturally from salmon, chicken, potatoes, bananas, and whole grains. And if you're feeling tingling, burning, or unusual weakness, don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor. It could be your body's early cry for help, a sign of B6 toxicity. Vitamin B6 isn't bad. It's a wonderful ally for your brain when used correctly. But when fear of aging drives you to oversupplement, you fall into the trap of more is better. The truth is, your body doesn't need excess. It needs wisdom. Because mental clarity doesn't come from expensive pills. It comes from balance, rest, and the simple act of listening to your body. And if you think only complex vitamins are dangerous, wait until you hear about vitamin A, the so-called eye protector that, when misused, can silently raise pressure inside your brain to dangerous levels. Trust me, this story will forever change how you look at vitamin A. 4. Vitamin A, the eye protector that can quietly harm your brain. For decades, vitamin A has been praised as the guardian of vision. From skin-brightening capsules to anti-aging eye formulas, its name is always linked to beauty and vitality. But here's what few people realize. When taken in excess, vitamin A can actually raise pressure inside your skull, causing symptoms that look frighteningly similar to a stroke. Vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, meaning your body can't flush it out like vitamin C or B vitamins. It's stored in your liver, and when storage overflows, that extra vitamin A begins to increase intracranial pressure. Doctors call this condition pseudotumor cerebri, literally, false brain tumor. Imagine your brain as a small, tightly sealed room. Everything inside works in perfect rhythm. But now, vitamin A starts adding fluid to that room, drop by drop, with nowhere for it to escape. Pressure builds. Delicate optic nerves are compressed, and soon, you begin to experience headaches, blurry or double vision, dizziness, nausea, symptoms often mistaken for a real stroke. I'll never forget Rose, a 6-year-old from California. She had been taking vitamin A for 5 years to protect her eyesight. Each capsule containing 10,000 IU, 4 times the recommended upper limit. At first, she only noticed mild headaches. Then came the blurry vision, confusion, and eventually, forgetfulness. When she was hospitalized, the scans didn't show a stroke, but vitamin A toxicity causing increased brain pressure. Sitting on her hospital bed, she held my hand and said, "I just wanted to keep my eyes bright. I never thought I'd darken my mind." It's an all too common story. Many seniors unknowingly stack multiple supplements, a multivitamin, an eye formula, an anti-aging capsule, fish oil, each containing vitamin A. They believe vitamin A can only help vision, forgetting that at high doses, it can silently harm the liver and brain. Taking it at night makes things worse, as the body slows its metabolism during sleep, causing greater buildup. The safe limit for adults is 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day, unless otherwise prescribed. Never combine multiple eye health products that all include vitamin A. If your multivitamin already has it, skip additional supplements. Instead, choose natural sources like carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, spinach, and kale. These contain beta-carotene, a safe form of vitamin A that your body converts only as needed, never in excess. Vitamin A perfectly illustrates this truth. Even good things, when overdone, can become harmful. Your eyes don't need megadoses to stay sharp. They need nourishment from real food, gentle sunlight, and restorative sleep. So before you take another vitamin A capsule, ask yourself, do my eyes really need more light, or do they need more balance? And if you think eye vitamins are the only ones hiding danger, wait until you hear about niacin, vitamin B3, praised as a natural heart remedy, but in many cases, it quietly sends blood pressure swinging and triggers strokes in ways you'd never expect. 5. Vitamin B3, the heart's miracle or the blood vessel's nightmare. You've probably heard of niacin or vitamin B3, hailed for decades as a natural heart medicine, said to lower cholesterol, relax blood vessels, and boost circulation. For years, it was marketed as the gentle alternative to statins. But behind that reputation lies a darker truth. When misused, niacin can send your blood pressure on a dangerous roller coaster and even trigger a stroke within minutes. Here's why. Niacin works by dilating your blood vessels, helping blood flow more freely. That's why many people feel a warm flush or redness in their face right after taking it. At first, that sounds harmless. But in older adults, whose arteries are already thin and stiff, that constant expansion and contraction is like putting fragile glass pipes through a storm. First, your vessels widen and your blood pressure drops suddenly. Moments later, your body panics and constricts them again to compensate, spiking your blood pressure dangerously high. This rapid back and forth creates micro tears and stress in the vessels of the brain, especially for those with hypertension or arteriosclerosis. I remember Harold, 72, a retired sports coach who prided himself on living naturally. He'd read online that niacin could lower cholesterol without prescription drugs, so he started taking 1,000 milligrams every night. 2 weeks later, he was in the ER, dizzy, slurred speech, and partial facial paralysis. The diagnosis? A mini stroke, triggered by unstable blood pressure swings from high-dose niacin. He looked at me and said, "Doctor, I only wanted to help my heart. I never meant to hurt my brain." And sadly, his story isn't rare. Many still believe niacin is a vitamin, so it must be safe. But therapeutic doses for cholesterol control are tens of times higher than what the body actually needs. Most older adults need only 10 to 20 milligrams per day, yet many over-the-counter supplements contain 500, 1,000, even 2,000 milligrams per capsule. Picture your bloodstream like an old water pipe. A strong flush can clean it once in a while, but if you blast it day after day, it will eventually crack. That's exactly what happens to your arteries when niacin is overused. Here's how to protect yourself. Don't exceed 50 mg a day without your doctor's approval. Avoid flush-free or extended-release niacin if you have heart conditions. These forms mask side effects while silently stressing your vessels. Don't double up by taking multiple niacin-containing products, e.g., multivitamins plus heart formulas. Get your B3 naturally from chicken, salmon, peanuts, and whole grains. And always monitor your blood pressure after taking any supplement. Your heart doesn't need a power boost. It needs stability, calm rhythm, and gentle care. Niacin isn't the villain, but like fire, use too much and it will burn what you meant to protect. Sometimes, the best thing you can do for your heart isn't another pill, but a little rest, a real meal, enough sleep, and gratitude for the body that still carries you every day. 5. Common mistakes seniors make when taking vitamins. After hearing about the hidden dangers of certain vitamins, you might be wondering, but I only take a few multivitamins each morning. Doesn't everyone do that? That's a familiar question, because almost everyone overseas believes that taking vitamins daily is a good habit. But what few realize is that these small, harmless routines can quietly throw the body out of balance. Mistake No. 1. Believing more is better. We often think that if one pill helps, 2 must be even better. But your body doesn't work like a storage tank. After 60, your liver and kidneys slow down. They can't filter excess vitamins as quickly. The leftovers don't just leave your system, they build up, like sediment in a kettle, slowly wearing down the machinery. Taking 5,000 IU of vitamin D or 100 IU of vitamin E daily when you don't need it is like dripping paint into your bloodstream. Layer by layer, it thickens and hardens your vessels over time. Mistake No. 2. Mixing too many products with the same ingredients. Many people take a morning multivitamin plus a brain booster, an anti-aging formula, and a heart supplement, without realizing they all contain the same vitamins. The result? A dose 3 to 5 times higher than intended. That's why a combination of harmless supplements can become a dangerous cocktail, even if each bottle looks safe on its own. Mistake number 3. Taking vitamins at nighttime is when your liver and kidneys slow down and blood flow decreases. Many take their vitamins before bed because it's convenient, but that's actually the worst time, especially for fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Instead of being absorbed properly, they sit and accumulate overnight. Your body works with light, not darkness. So take your vitamins in the morning, with food when your metabolism is active and ready. Mistake number 4. Ignoring labels and units. Some bottles use IU, others use mg, and the numbers can be deceiving. For example, 1,000 IU of vitamin E equals 670 ELAS milligrams, a dangerously high dose for most seniors. One small misunderstanding on the label can easily push you past the safe limit without realizing it. Mistake No. 5. Skipping blood and organ tests. Very few people over 60 know that the body's ability to absorb and eliminate vitamins changes with age. What you tolerated well at 50 can become risky at 70. A simple yearly blood test, checking your vitamin D, B12, calcium levels, and liver function, can save you from silent damage that takes years to notice. The key isn't how many vitamins you take, it's how well you understand your own body. Your body doesn't need complexity, it needs consistency, moderation, and awareness. Sometimes, that protective pill you take every day is really your body's quiet way of asking for rest. So, if we can't rely fully on supplements, and if too much can quietly do harm, then what's the safest, most sustainable way to stay strong after C? The answer might be simpler than you think. It's sitting right on your dinner table. Let's move on to the next part. Return to nature, when food becomes the perfect medicine. After hearing about the potential dangers of synthetic supplements, you might be asking yourself, so if I stop taking pills, how will I get enough nutrients? Can real food really be enough? The answer is yes, and it's even better than you think. I'll never forget Margaret, a 73-year-old retired school principal from Arizona. She walked into my office carrying a large bag of vitamins, vitamin D for her bones, vitamin E for her heart, B6 for her nerves, A for her eyes, B3 for her cholesterol, and a multivitamin just to be safe. She smiled and said, "Doctor, I take all of these to stay healthy, but lately I've been feeling more dizzy, weak, and tired than before." So we tried something radical. We put the bottles away. Instead of supplementing with pills, we began supplementing with real meals. Breakfast became a boiled egg, half an avocado, a few walnuts, and fresh blueberries. Lunch, grilled salmon, spinach, and brown rice. Dinner, a pumpkin soup, whole grain bread, and a warm cup of water. 3 weeks later, Margaret returned, glowing. She said, "Doctor, I don't feel dizzy anymore. I sleep better. My mind feels clearer, and honestly, I feel 10 years younger." No pills, just real food, in the right portions at the right time. When you eat real food, your body doesn't just absorb vitamins. It receives enzymes, fiber, minerals, and antioxidants, all working together like a perfectly tuned orchestra. But when you take synthetic vitamins, you're throwing in a single note. No rhythm, no harmony, no balance. Your body was never designed to digest pills. It was designed to digest living food. Remember this. A bowl of green vegetables provides natural vitamin K, folate, and antioxidants. A serving of salmon or sardines gives you vitamin D and brain-protecting omega-3s. A handful of walnuts or almonds provides vitamin E and magnesium for circulation. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries fight inflammation and boost memory. Whole grains keep your blood sugar stable and energy steady all day. No fancy pills, no complicated routines, just returning to what nature already gave us. When you return to real food, you're not just nourishing your body, you're rebuilding your trust in natural balance. Food doesn't make you dependent. It doesn't overdose you. It lets you feel, taste, and live your health through every sense. Sometimes, the secret to longevity, memory, and vitality isn't found in a laboratory, but on your plate, under the soft morning light. By now, you may begin to realize true health doesn't come from more, but from the right amount, at the right time, in the right way. But there's one last truth many people overlook. After 60, your body is no longer the same as it once was. Your liver, kidneys, blood vessels, and brain, they all process vitamins differently now. So how exactly does the aging body change, and how can we adapt? Let's move on to the next part. After 60, why balance matters more than pills. At 60, many people say, "I still feel like I'm 40." And it's true, your spirit can stay youthful. But inside, your body has quietly changed. Every cell, every heartbeat, every vessel. And that's why balance becomes more important than ever. Think of your body as a finely tuned factory. When you were young, the assembly lines ran fast. The workers, your liver, kidneys, heart, and brain, worked at full speed. But after 60, those workers slow down. Some machines rust, and the raw materials, your vitamins, minerals, and medicines, now need careful measuring. Your liver doesn't break things down as quickly. Your kidneys filter more slowly, meaning water-soluble vitamins like B6 and C can linger in your blood. And fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, well, they have nowhere to go once you take too much. What was helpful at 40 can easily become harmful at 70. At 40, your blood vessels were like rubber hoses, flexible, resilient. At 70, they're more like glass tubes. One small pressure change can cause cracks. That's why even tiny fluctuations, from vitamins, medications, or diet, can create a domino effect throughout your body. I once met Charles, 78, who proudly said, "I haven't missed a single day of taking my vitamins." But he came in with erratic blood pressure, palpitations, and insomnia. When we checked his supplements, he was taking 4 different products, all with overlapping ingredients. After cutting his doses in half and adjusting the timing, he called me 2 weeks later and said, "Doctor, I can't believe how much better I feel. Maybe my body just needed a little rest." Charles's story reminded me, the body doesn't need more. It just needs to be understood. Listen to your body. If you feel tired, lightheaded, restless, or numb, it may be a sign of excess, not deficiency. Don't self-supplement, even with vitamins. Get blood work at least once or twice a year. Choose real foods, vegetables, fish, grains, seeds, over pills. Drink warm water regularly. Your blood vessels need stability, not surprises. And most importantly, keep your mind calm, because when your heart is at peace, your body follows. After 60, your body is like a precious old song. If you listen carefully, every note still sounds beautiful. But if you try to turn up the volume with pills and boosters, you risk losing the harmony that made it whole. Balance, not medicine, is the strongest remedy nature has given you. And the miracle is this: you can restore that balance anytime, simply by listening to your body. And once you understand that your body thrives on balance, not excess, you might be wondering, so where do I start? The answer lies in small, simple changes, the kind that bring back your energy, memory, and joy for life. Let's step into the final chapter, the final awakening, when awareness becomes the strongest medicine. If you've made it this far, perhaps you feel what I've always believed. True health doesn't come from pills, it comes from awareness. We've talked about 5 vitamins that, while helpful in moderation, can increase your risk of stroke when misused. We've seen how tiny mistakes, taking the wrong dose, at the wrong time, in the wrong way, can quietly harm the body. And we've learned that sometimes the power to heal lies in the simplest things. A real meal, a deep night's sleep, and a gentle morning under the sun. Your body has walked beside you for decades. Through storms, sickness, joy, and loss, it's still here, trying every day to keep you alive and well. What it needs now isn't more pills, it's more compassion. When you listen instead of forcing, you'll realize your body already knows how to rebalance, restore, and heal itself. That's the true gift of aging, wisdom through awareness. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just start small. Drink a warm glass of water each morning. Take a 10-minute walk in the sunlight. Read your supplement labels before taking them. Add 1 more bowl of greens instead of another multivitamin. And you'll notice, your body responds with ease, your mind clears, and even your breathing feels lighter. If this message resonated with you, please like this video so more people can find it. And don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Way Natural Health, where every week we share simple, safe, and science-backed health tips to help you live longer, stronger, and happier. Leave a comment below. What's the first small change you'll make after watching this video? Because sometimes, one small step can open a brand new chapter in your health journey. And remember, health doesn't live inside a pill. It lives in awareness, gratitude, and love for the body that's carried you this far. Wishing you peace today, and a future that's healthy, natural, and more fulfilling than ever before.